Hey guys, I'm starting another video on tactics puzzles, just explaining what I'm doing as I go. This one we should definitely get in a lot more than the first video, just because I'm not explaining what I'm doing and how it got started. If you're curious about that, I'll go back and watch the first video. I'll add a link in the description. Basically, I just reset my puzzles back to the starting point, which is 800, and explain as I go, hopefully help people with the puzzles. Let's see, we don't have a check there, or we do have a check there with the bishop. All right, check there with the bishop. King here. We can't grab because the knight. Okay, so check, grab the rook, and that's pretty much it. Okay. All right, the whole idea here is everything being forced. Oh, let's see here. Check. Oh, we have to get out of the check, so that's kind of imminent. All right. All right, so let's see what the idea is here. Check, 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 mate. Okay, so we're just looking at forcing moves. Our queen is under attack, but that doesn't matter because if we go by our forcing moves, checks, captures, threats, we know our order of attack or order of captures, or order of operations, however you want to say it. First thing is just check. King comes here. If the king comes back right away to here, then we just sweep the queen in. So let's just come here, 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 and then we'll give the mate on next move. All right, let's see. Is there a check here that does anything? No. All right. Notice this knight is pinned. Let's see what we have. I'm not immediately seeing this solution here. I see we attack the queen. Does it do anything? Not really. Queen can just come here, and then there's this nasty threat here. I don't like that. Oops. All right, so is this anything? All right, so we know this doesn't work. Ah, here we go. I don't know why I didn't see this right away. All right, so the idea is our bishop's protected here. We do a double attack. All right, this is a nice rook fork on the queen and bishop. All right, so figured you might as well sack a piece if you're going to lose something. And that's all there is to it, because the bishop still can't be captured, the rook can't be captured, and the queen has no business checking here. The queen would probably have to retreat here, maybe here. All right, so that's the idea there. So they're playing along the idea, which is pretty good. If you're going to lose a piece, you might as well capture something. All right, so we see an attack there. We see a hanging piece right here. We also see this nice fork right here. We should probably go for this right away before it dissolves, because right away you think, oh, I can win a piece two different ways. All right, so that's where if you look at where I have final check, they're recalculate and better move. All right, so this is the better move. We're going to win the piece here. Win the queen, and then we want the rook or the bishop. Of course we want the rook. Just more material. All right, material isn't always the answer, but a lot of the times it is. So I see right away a check here and a check here. So my queen's here, king comes over, bishop comes here. Is there a way to block? Boom. Capture, king has to come over here. And that's not possible, so this just a straight up mate. And but then there's also check here, check, block, grab, mate. Okay. There we go. All right. Nice quick calculation. All right, I'm just drawing the arrows so you guys can kind of see my thought process. Sorry, I'm not calling out the notation, you know, queen e2, bishop c3, check, you know, everything. Not as good on the fly with, I mean, I could do that, but it'd just make us take just a little bit longer. And I want to kind of go a little quicker here. So I see a check here, can block here, can block here. They're the only ways of blocking. So that's going to be my solution. There's no other way to interpose or stop the attack. So we're going to check, grab, and grab for mate. So it's very similar to the last checkmate pattern, which was a queen and bishop, I believe. All right, so this is a simple sack. Check, king comes over, check, sack the queen, and rook in for mate. So this is these puzzles in the low ratings are very common. I've hit a few of them already, and we're only like 200 points in. All right, so I see a check here, rook grabs, check, king grabs, that's no good. But check, rook takes, no, we want to check with this knight because we want to leave this protected. After the rook grabs, we check and mate. All right, so check, check, and mate. All right, sorry, I apologize now if I'm just moving a little bit too quickly. So we can remove a defender here. I think that's going to be the idea. Check. Or excuse me, not check. Grab. 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 So take. I think we're going to see this. And the rook is trapped. Okay, so captures, f5, rook's under attack, and notice all of these squares will be covered because the pawn covers, excuse me, here, 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 and we also have this rook here. So this knight is going to be able to do nothing but sacrifice itself, so we recapture with the queen. Or excuse me, the king. Oh, okay, we're that. All right, so immediately I see a check, which would be a mate if this rook doesn't capture. Then check, rook has to reblock and mate. Okay, pretty straightforward. These are very, very common themes. Always look to see if you can use checks to sacrifice a piece and pull a piece out of the defense. All right, so I see a check. Notice this pawn can't capture because of this pin right here. So the bishop is X-raying the king, and then we have mate right there. So the king has to retreat here. You don't want to attack with the bishop after that because it's unnecessary, and you can block with the knight and just prolong things. So you're just going to do this. All right, we're at 10:50. Let me look at the time. We're coming up on 10 minutes. We'll probably stop at 1100. All right, so the idea is here is we're just going to run our pawn up. When this pawn gets here, we can always sacrifice. We're leaving the king here to blockade. That's the whole idea. So we just go, let me make sure, 1, 2, boom, 1, 2. All right. So by the time the king is here, we'll be here. Or yeah, with our move. I don't want to screw this up. Hold on. We're here, king here. Check. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking. I thought way too hard on that one. All right, boom, boom. Notice first thing I see right away, this king is cut off on the back rank. All right, so our knight protects this. We have check, rook blocks, captures, rook block, captures, and this is a mate. All right. Cool. All right, we're all almost to 1100. All right, right away I see a check, and we can block a few different ways. I think this way is the most prudent. Because if we block here, what do we get? Is there something screwy? Gotta always find the best way to block. We don't want to give up our queen, because a queen could be excellent for attack, like attacking the rook. The rook has to drop back to block, and we get a check with the bishop if the rook captures queen, and then mate here. So what we want to do is, do we want to use the knight? I mean, I guess we could still use the bishop. All right, I just want to make sure we're right in this. So knight blocks, then what's the move? Rook in for a double attack, and then check, check, king here, check, king here, mate. That's an idea. Yeah, I really want to leave these pieces in place because they're kind of vital in a quick mating attack. I don't see a problem with this immediately. I mean, this blocking my attack, really? Like, that's it. I mean, then we have take here, or Yeah, I think we're going to block with the knight. Then again, bringing the bishop in, you allow this. Yeah, it's got to be the knight. Yeah. Yeah, so had to be the knight because otherwise there's no way to stop this bishop from coming in and really wrecking our day. So it had to be the knight. All right. All right, we're just removing the defender. All right, the king defends the queen. That's it. All right, and we're at 1100. Perfect timing. All right, we're at a little over 13 minutes. So like I said, I want to keep these videos short. We hit 1100. Next video, we'll go from 1100 to 1300 probably. So hopefully you guys learned something from watching the puzzles, and I will see you in the next one. Actually, let me run through real quick just from what I did in the first video: forcing moves, checks and checkmates, captures. Notice the OOC for me. That's a little reminder. Order of capture. So the order in which you capture things is really important. So you want to make sure it's done in the right order. Threats and attacks. So pins, forks, skewers, X-rays, double attacks, windmills, all those things. If you don't know those things, look them up. Definitely important to know. And then last, if it's not one of those forcing moves, look for some type of defense or way to draw. Like if you're down material, there's no winning, you're looking for a draw type puzzle. And also defense if there's a mate threat on the board, like that puzzle, or excuse me, not this one, but the previous one. There was some defense involved. That was mostly a defense puzzle. Even though we're completely winning, we got to defend Black's idea in that previous one. And then, like I said, final check, recalculate, go through your whole line again, and after that, make sure you look for a better move, because sometimes, yeah, you might win a queen, but if there's a checkmate on the board, that's always better. So anyway, that's my recap, and see you guys in the next one for 1100 to 1300. See you next time.